動けねえ。
これ以上あんたに邪魔されたくないんでね。許せ。邪魔するなスリ。俺たちが生き残るにはあの6個のリングが必要なんだ。
なんだ。
やっぱりダメだよ、そうた。私、人殺しをしてまで生き残りたくない。
Given that many anime tackle adult subject matter, it makes sense many series explore mental illnesses throughout anime characters with split personalities. Characters in anime with multiple personalities may all sport clashing personas, but each one gains them in a different way. Hey guys, it's Animin here, and welcome to the channel. Today we are counting down on the top 10 anime characters with double personalities. Before we start, be sure to subscribe to our channel and press on the bell icon and set us all to be notified about our latest videos.
My father's eating me, picking up my bones, and they bury them under the coal.
てめえたちは一体絶対。
何って、お洋服を取り替えてるの。血が乾いてニカーみたいになっちゃって、もう着れないわ。面白いわよ。頭に釘を打つと魚みたいに痙攣するの。
Coming in at number 10, we have Hansel and Gretel from Black Lagoon, the second Barrage. Hansel and Gretel are twins that were born to a family that has abandoned them. They are twisted, ruthless killers who have no mercy on their victims' lives. What is so scary about these two is that they do such sadistic things to their target while acting all childlike as if they were playing an innocent game of tag. Due to being subjected to child pornography and forced to do snuff films, they have both developed a split personality disorder wherein they interchange their personality together along with their appearances. You might know one child as Hansel and the other as Gretel, but the next thing you know, Hansel is now Gretel and Gretel is now Hansel. It's confusing, but hey, they were complex from the start.
死なないんだ。だってこんなにも人を殺してきたんだ。いっぱいいっぱい
いっぱいいっぱい
殺してきてる。僕らはそれだけ生きることが
できるのよ。
命を増やせるの。
私たちはネバーダイ。そう。
永遠なのよ。
At number 9, we have Echo from Pandora Hearts. We have another character that suffers from this disorder, which came about when their chain, Doldy, created another personality, causing the original identity having an alter ego. Echo is the personal servant of Nitrate, Vincent. Echo's initial personality is that of a doll, simply put. She shows no emotions at all. She does, however, start to show more of herself after meeting Oz. She begins to decide things on her own as she discovers to know more about her situation. On the other hand, her second personality is Noise, or otherwise called Zwei. As a member of the Baskerville clan, Zwei acts more like our crazy twins from our last selection. She is selfish, vicious, mentally fragile, and extremely obsessive of her master Vincent. No matter how much different these two identities are, the only thing they share is their loyalty towards Vincent.
Echo. 僕のお願いを聞いてくれるかい？
はい、ヴィンセント様。あなたの望むがままに。
At number 8, we have Harumi Chono, Maria from Paranoia Agent. Harumi Chono is probably one of the most accurate cases of the multiple personality disorder presented in anime. Although Harumi wishes to live a normal life, it is made difficult by her identity disorder. The other personality, Maria, who acts as a prostitute, usually emerges when night falls. Harumi fears letting others know about Maria, as evident with her husband and interrogation with the police. Well, it was expected, of course, she will fear. What else did you expect? She is also shown to be great with kids due to her day job as a tutor. Harumi even comes to Yuichi's birthday party, making her the only guest besides his mother. Well, this anime is definitely very interesting. And by interesting, I mean that this is the anime that every teenager should check out. I don't want to be a spoiler though, so be sure to check it out yourself. At number 7, we have Mikawa Fumika from Shigofumi. Shigofumi are letters of the dead that are addressed in the living world. This contains the words of the dead that they did not manage to tell while being alive. Fumika and co-worker Kanata are mail carriers that have given the task to to deliver these letters. Being abandoned by her mother was the first step of developing her alternate self. Mikawa Hirameki, Fumika's father, took all of his sadness and anger out of Fumika when his wife left him. He continuously abuses her to the point where Fumika created Mika for her not to be lonely. Fumika's personality is one that is quiet and shy, while Mika is the stronger personality where she shows a reserved, stoic attitude that does her job earnestly. Both do communicate with each other, with Mika incredibly trying to watch over Fumika. At number 6 we have Haptism, Alleluia from Mobile Suit Gundam. As ridiculous as his name might be, this perplexing character hides a dark side. Alleluia is one of the main characters of the series as well as a member of the Celestial Being. His story began when an orphan child like him ended up being a test subject at Superhuman Research Institute. He ended up being a modified human designed to fight in battles. In this way, he was able to exhibit his other identity named Alleluia. Alleluia is a pacifist by heart. He displays a more reserved side who is caring and gentle. Meanwhile, Alleluia is a survivalist with no qualms about killing anyone who would threaten his life. They both have different morals to adhere to, but once their goals collide, they do not hesitate to rely on one another.
俺たちは死ぬのか。死にたくない。アレルヤ、アレルヤ。ダメだ。お前は死ぬんだ。アレルヤ。違う。俺の名は。
やめてくれハレルヤ。何も殺すことはない。それが俺らの運命だ。違う。僕は。
At number 5, we have Lucy/New from Elfin Lied. Her original personality was that of a depressed, distrustful, withdrawn, and frustrated child. She was discriminated against by others because of her horns. Thinking that she was abandoned by her parents, she was also ostracized by the staff of the orphanage, bullied, and treated contemptuously by other children. All this because of her horns. She didn't understand why such discrimination happened, and so she also suffered from self-hatred from having horns. To some extent, she understood that the other kids were miserable and needed to make others miserable too, targeting especially those already more miserable than them. After witnessing her dog's murder at the hands of the orphanage bullies, Lucy began to develop a deep hatred of humans, killing whole families just to use their house, without regret or guilt. When she escapes from a research facility and develops a split personality as a result of being shot in the head as she made her escape, New is the name of her other personality where she had a basic sense of good and evil. Much like a young child, she was a kind, sweet, innocent, and naive girl with an intense sexual curiosity that often made life a little awkward for her housemates. If anyone sees her in that state, no one will ever imagine that she is a cold-blooded killer.
何動かせってこと？
あらあら。
あのさ、これはニューが。
At number 4, we have Fukawa Toka from Danganronpa. Based on the game Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc tells the story of students who enrolled to gain their respective titles based on their talents and skills. However, there is a catch. Students must murder their way to the top while not being noticed that they are killers. Let the deathmatch begin. This Megane girl doesn't only suffer from dissociative identity disorder, she also has a persecution complex to boot. She's a victim of bullying, which may have caused her to adopt a more cautious exterior. Toko is a shy, fidgety girl who usually assumes the worst in everything, resulting to people pulling away from her. Despite this, she has great talent when it comes to writing, earning her the title of the ultimate writing prodigy. Her dark alternate self comes with the name Genocide Jack, who is quite a wild character. Genocide Jack is more outspoken and quite outrageous. Contrasting they may be, both hold their crush intact towards Byakuya. Togami with Genocide Jack being more aggressively obsessive than Toko. In third place, we have Akito from Air Gear. In the world of Air Treks, Akito is considered the most powerful out of the group, which makes him a valuable asset. Akito is the third and the last personality that was made, as well as the current dominant identity. He was created solely to protect his other identity, that is, Akito. Akito is a foul-mouthed boy who is aggressive, irritable, and quite distant. Akito, on the other hand, presents a more feminine side out of the three. He is more mellow, sweet, and gentle. The funny thing about Akito is how he shows his affection towards Iki.
この人は鳥。ずっと待っていた。僕たちを暗い水の底から連れ出してくれる鳥。
Before he became attached to Iki, it was shown that he was abused frequently by his brother, Wanjima Kaito. In order to cope with the pain he was receiving, he created Agito. In spite of his innocent, childlike attitude, Agito has stated that Akito is much more fearsome when he fights seriously. But since Akito is a pacifist, Agito generally takes over to avoid Akito from being hurt. In second place, we have Iwakura Lain from Serial Experiments Lain. Now, let's go back to one of the classics that also contributed to the world of cyberpunk. Lain suddenly receives a message from her classmate Yomoda Chisa, who just recently committed suicide. She was suddenly pulled into the virtual world of Wired, which basically is like a social media of today. Lain now embarks on a journey of knowing more about herself through vague, enigmatic mysteries. Lain is supposed to be your typical shy, quiet girl. Of course, she would be on our list as she has a ton of multiple personalities. She can be bashful, then bold, then playful, and the list goes so on and on and on. Her personality is too many to count with your fingers. What is interesting in the show is the way it tackles such sensitive topics in an intriguing way. As we watch along the way, we definitely start to know Lain as she searches her true identity. If you would like something that will make you think so hard with a dark setting, then this show is for you.
No matter where you are, everyone is always connected.
And coming in at first, we have Shiro from Deadman Wonderland. Being among the rare characters who is albino, Shiro's dominant personality shows that of an innocent child, while she is a quirky character that is full of surprises and likes sweets. Shiro has experienced cruel experiments that resulted in her being the first dead man to be made, hence making a new alternate self, which is the Wretched Egg. The Wretched Egg, or as Ganta calls her, the Red Man, is more brutal of a character than Shiro. Since the Wretched Egg remembers the suffering she has undergone, she views the world as hateful, and therefore she, in turn, would inflict pain in everything. The two share the same affection towards Ganta, but with the Wretched Egg showing it in a more twisted fashion. With Shiro ending the list, we will now finish this lesson. Hopefully you didn't get confused who's who with our selections. Split personality is already quite common in anime, but with characters who have this, we can't help but be intrigued and fascinated by them. Anyways, is there anybody that we missed? Be sure to leave a comment down below and we'll definitely read to see who we missed. I am always reading your comments, and definitely don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next one.